Hey, what's up? Matt Wyatt here. Time for film study. Mississippi State versus Auburn this past weekend. State's running game got going against a very good Auburn defensive front. Here are 12 plays, offensively and defensively, kind of show you the story of the game and how State's offense really figured out the run game and got it going.
Right off the bat, a third down for Auburn in the game. Going to put their quarterback on the move, a little switch on the top side and a drag coming across on the backside. State covers it up really well, and they get him out of bounds. Here's how that all happened. A couple things. One is linebacker is going to match up with that and drop into that zone coverage right in front of the crosser. So you're covered backside, so then it's got to come play side, and another linebacker drops right into the throwing lane. So now that first option play side is taken away by that. The other thing is Sweat gets off the ground. Quarterback can feel him. He can see out of his peripheral there that Jeffrey Simmons is chasing. Now he's got to really get on his horse. And again, your two underneath options at the first down marker are covered, and so then team defense gets you off the field. What led to Auburn's first points? An interception keeps your eye on the linebacker in the middle, drops in the throwing lane kind of from the right side of the QB, doesn't see him, and Nick kind of throws it right to him. So turnover leads to a field goal. A couple things on the play. Route is going to actually bring three guys into a similar position right in the middle of the field. Actually, draw it up this way. Third man inside's up top. Second man inside kind of past the stick, and third man stays short. So you got levels here, 1, 2, 3, but they're really close together. So it kind of bunches the quarterbacks or bunches the defenders all in the same area. So again, you see options that are kind of in the same area. Quarterback's got two guys past the stick. And this is a linebacker who drops from his right. He just didn't see him, threw it right to it. It's the job of the linebacker getting the throwing lane, and he does. So down 3-0, offense has to respond. They motion the back across. They did it all night. He doesn't get it. Quarterback keeps it, makes one guy miss, and you're off on a big run. Could have been a TD. Auburn linebacker peels back, makes a great tackle. Let me show you what's going on here. State lined up with 4 receivers to the wide side of the field and just one into the boundary. And the purpose here of this motion is what you want. You're going to read that one play side linebacker. So again, since the run is designed this way, that's the play side. So he's the play side linebacker. That's who you're going to read if you're the quarterback. So you can see now the mesh is happening, and the linebacker that side is stepping this way, going outside. He thinks the back's getting the ball. That's the indication for the QB to keep it. Up front, the tackle has stood up the end. The center is taking care of the nose guard, and left guard 56 is going to step up and pick off the backside linebacker because you've played off the other with the fake. And now you got your hole. He's going to step through and play it off that. This defender, who they read, makes a really nice play. It's why he's their leading tackler. Watch him peel back. Get the block there from the guard who stepped up next level. Quarterback's job is to make the first one miss, and he does. And the same guy they read initially who went outside is now peeled back. And if not for his hustle, this is a touchdown. This angle gives you a little bit of a look at how the defensive end has to be honest. When he sees this coming his way, it slows him up, and you get a block here from your tackle. The center did a nice job, and so there was your hole. Between center, left tackle, the guard has stepped up and is looking back at the other linebacker and gets him to the next level. Probably get away with a hold right there, pulling on his jersey. Didn't get called and trips him up. Defense did its job in that first half, keep Auburn out of the end zone. Here they use an up back, no tight end, bring him back across, and the linebackers blow it up. If you look closely at how it happened, first thing is motion from Auburn. They motion the fullback across to kind of get him over on the other side. And once he's there, now he's going to come back here and block. That first linebacker is his responsibility, that third defender on the next level on what is going to be the backside of the run. Other thing that's happening is center and left guard are comboing Jeffrey Simmons, the tackle, and then up to that play side linebacker. And When the guard comes off to get the linebacker, that's when Simmons gets through past the center. And also, middle linebacker Errol Thompson was not blocked, so they didn't account for him. The back blocks here, number 10, Leo Lewis, the up back does. They're taking care of the other linebacker with the guard, but the third was a middle linebacker who's straight up the gap, unblocked, and free to the ball carrier. So it's a tie game, go 5 wides, this time motion him, but he'll get the ball going back the other way instead of speed sweeping in the way of his momentum. You look at the linebacker, he's inside, kind of hesitates, going to give it to him, get your back to the outside, and look at the one-on-one move. Rewind it, and you can see what's happening. When the back goes in motion, watch the linebacker run with him step for step. There's the indication to everybody, QB included, that it is man-to-man. What's the purpose of that motion across? It's to position him back in here over the ball. You want him there so that you can give it to this back, and he's got room and space to beat him to the outside. When quarterback snaps this ball, when he looks ahead and eyes the playside linebacker, he sees one here, far enough inside, and says, my guy can beat you to the sideline. Now, 49 does his best job to recover and run him down. One little hitch in his step slows him up, and that's what a running back is supposed to do, is make the first miss. So that led to State taking the lead 6-3 with another field goal. They come back and run a trick play on 3rd and 2 and get a guy wide open. Hand it off, flip it back to the quarterback, reverse pass, and he just overthrows a guy who's wide open. And the one thing you have to look for on this is because of alignment of the offense and the call of the defense, it allowed the safety, Jonathan Abram, to walk down in the box because you're here on the outside, you're over and zoning it on the backside. When the action came this way, it naturally tells Abram, here comes a football. So what does he do? He steps up. When he steps up, he's not blocked, so his eyes can clearly see this flip going back to the quarterback, and now here he comes to try to get to the QB before he can throw it. And while it looks like an easy play, and the quarterback will always expect to complete this, the pressure right here from an unblocked Abram with the speed and urgency to fly in there and get in his area as he's throwing it does affect the throw. If you watch a QB, he's going to duck. So instead of stepping into it, he's falling back, and he's actually ducking to take on the contact as he throws it. So that pressure from Jonathan Abram and the urgency is what forces this overthrow. So then State got the ball back, went and scored before half. They motioned the back out of 4 wides back to the backfield again. Read the linebacker. This time Fitzgerald keeps it, kind of squeezes out the backside as he breaks a tackle of the linebacker, gets him in scoring position. And a couple things. Again, you look at formationally what State was doing. There are 3 out here, and they line the 4th, the back. So 4 to the wide side of the field. And when he was lined up out here on the hash, Auburn has called a man-to-man, man-free coverage everywhere with the free safety in the middle. So one of those linebackers in the middle had the running back man-to-man. And when he goes, they're anticipating him coming back this way because it's what they've done. So because of the coverage call for Auburn, both linebackers on the field, one is on the edge and one is headed this way to follow the running back to the right of the offense. When Fitz puts his eyes upfield and sees here and here, he knows it's keep all the way, and now I just need 2 blocks on the backside, and he's out the gate, and that's what he gets. 49 played it as well as he could to try to get there. But the big, strong QB breaks it, and you get a first down. So goal line play, this was the touchdown after they reviewed it. Motion the back out of 3 receivers. Auburn tries to rotate it and adjust. He keeps the football and gets hit at the goal line. Auburn didn't think he got in, but they ruled that he was in. A wrinkle on the goal line, though, instead of 5 receivers or 4 and a running back, there's a tight end in the game. So it's actually 11 personnel with a tight end and a back and 3 receivers. It's just on alignment. The running back is out and motions back in. Look what Auburn does. They are in man-to-man, but instead of running across the formation, they just flip it or switch it there with their underneath defenders. On the snap, you get what you want. The safety in the middle comes to the right side. You're going back to the left. So you really only have one guy to play off of on the read, and that's the backside linebacker. Fitz never really reads it, and Davis squeezes through and did not give the football. And so the question is, if he gives it to him right there on the read, can he run him down and make the play? Still, it turns out to be the right play because you've got two there, but quarterback's able to run through them and get in. Auburn defended it well. State just made the play.
The margin in that first half was really slim. They had to review the play on the goal line for Nick Fitzgerald. Held up as a touchdown. It was so close. You had the missed throw from Stidham. So lots of things made a difference in how it went. We'll flip it over now to the fourth quarter in a one-score game and show you some examples of how State closed the game out on Saturday night.
Flip it over to the fourth quarter, more of the same. Motion the back out of empty. Quarterback reads the front, keeps the football, make the safety miss. And this is the big run where Fitzgerald breaks Tebow's rushing record for quarterbacks. And they blocked it differently, and I'll show you how. It's really an excellent, smart change of pace in how you're blocking. So they line up in empty again, motion the back. But this time, instead of reading the linebacker play side and blocking the defensive end play side, you're going to switch it up and block the linebacker and read the end. I'll show you how. You can see that the end that lined up over the tight end as he releases is unblocked, and the quarterback is already putting his eyes on that defensive end, reading him to see, is he coming upfield, anticipating that he will. If he were to slam inside, you'd give the football. If he stays out, you're going to keep it, and that's what he does. The next thing is they're pulling the backside guard up to the play side linebacker, and right guard and right tackle are comboing the defensive tackle up to the backside linebacker where they've got an angle to get him. Keep your eyes, first of all, on Deion Calhoun, the right guard, who really mistreats the defensive tackle right here on this play. At the same time as he's throwing a tackle to the ground, the right tackle, Stuart Reese, has a knockdown on the linebacker. You've read the defensive end and taken him out of the play, and the left guard, Parker, has a block on the play side linebacker. Everybody's blocked the way you want it to. And your quarterback's able to put a move on 24, the safety, who's a really good player, and get past him. Corner can't fly to the quarterback because he's got a receiver blocking him in his face, and you get a big run. State got that field goal blocked, and so it stayed a one-score game, and there in the fourth quarter, it's 4th and 7, and Auburn having to go for it on State's end of the field. They try to throw a slant play side. It gets batted away, and State's defense stops them on 4. A couple of things happen on this play. It's a great individual play by the Mississippi State corner. Auburn motions out to get that third man outside in a bunch formation. When they snap the ball on the route, first man up is gone, and they're going to run that double slant, bring one across. Third man inside is going out to try to cross him up and then following him on that slant. So it's double slant, but they're doing it out of bunch. The other thing that's happening is the backside corner blitz, a cat corner or cobra, comes and he's got hot here for a first down, but can't see it. And part of the reason is he's a little bit focused on the rush in front of him in the middle of the field, knowing he's got a 3-receiver route on the right side. So blitzing into the boundary with the corner, and he never sees it. After they cleared, there's your double slant. Outside coming in, is covered by the safety really well. And then here's your target with the corner, Smitherman, number 8, going to jump all over it. They've got him open, but he closes on it, doesn't interfere, and bats it away. A great individual play. So the insurance touchdown was a 3rd and 1 play where State kind of bunched it up in the formation with a tight end, had a back, brought a receiver in, get it blocked up, he's off and running to the end zone. Take a look at how it happened. Formationally, you hadn't seen this a lot all night with a tight end on the line of scrimmage, a back in the backfield, and a trips receiver motioning back here to be your run fake. So again, in a key situation, fourth quarter, they give them a different look. Auburn, 3 linemen with their hands down, 3 other defenders at the line of scrimmage. So it's a 50 front with an extra walk down and bringing everybody. The key is the ball is going here where the tight end is vacating because it's an RPO play call. So in the play call, you get exactly what you want. The motion and the action of run here has lined up and brought most of the defenders back to that side. Meanwhile, the run's coming here, and you have numbers. Tight end hits the end and then releases on a route. back responsible for number 2 on that side. The right tackle, you can see him standing there, 55, has it pinned. They have pulled Deion Calhoun, and now he's one-on-one with a safety in the hole. So Calhoun, the guard, is going to hit the safety. The back heel is thumping the linebacker, the number 2 on the edge, thumps him enough, and they've bumped him and left him. Now Fitzgerald can raise up and throw here to the tight end if he wants to, but he's just going to beat him. And keep your eye on Calhoun and what he does to the safety right here. Hits him, leans on him, pancake, and now you're gone. So to seal it, a definite passing situation, and Montez Sweat, the defensive end, knows it and wins against the tackle one-on-one, arm underneath, and gets there for a sack on 3rd and 10. If you see a different angle, a field level angle, it's kind of an interesting angle because as soon as a quarterback catches the ball and his plant foot hasn't quite taken the first step yet, Sweat is already off the ball and his head is already even with the right shoulder, outside shoulder of the tackle. As soon as the quarterback plants his right foot for the first time after catching the snap, Sweat is already behind him. His head is behind the tackle, and he's around and under that right arm and just reaches under, goes right around to him to the QB and makes a big sack, and he had 3 of those in the game.
All right, hope you enjoyed that. And if you did or have a question about it, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Radio Wyatt. Appreciate hearing from you as always. Also, thanks to Renaissance Bank for sponsoring these videos. Y'all go over there and check them out at renaissancenation.com. They do a great job. Again, thanks for watching. See you next time.